Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounded. Let me know how we sounded. It is Friday. I actually got some sleep last night, so I'm feeling pretty good. Caught a nice banger setup on US30 yesterday. Who else caught this setup? NAS actually went as projected as well. If I would have took this setup here, like we was talking about, was either looking for price to, where is my, I got rid of it. I was looking for price to either hold 23,470 as support, which we see price did and flying. If I would have took this setup here, you could have caught a nice 1 to 2, possibly 1 to 4, or 1 to 6 RR on NAS100. NAS went absolutely crazy yesterday. Didn't take that setup, but we took US30 instead, and then we caught the not all-time high, equal high, but we're going to be looking for continued buys on NAS100 today if our confirmations are met. Mainly going to be paying attention to NAS and GJ today. GJ has been maintaining 199.15 as support, so now we're looking to see if we can hold 199.70. So we got a couple subs we're looking at today, y'all. Make sure to go ahead and like the live as y'all hop up in here, y'all. And make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know if y'all can hear me good, y'all. I gotta freaking do something real quick. I appreciate it, Cooper. We're sounding good. We're sounding good. So we got a couple studies we're looking at. We do got news today as well. So it's probably going to be like yesterday. We're going to still look for a setup between now and like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. But just like yesterday, if we don't see a setup or a price just ranging, we're just going to wait for the 8:30 news to play out. Then we're going to wait for the 9:30 open. just like how we did yesterday with US30. Waited for the 8:30 news, waited for the T news to play out. Nothing happened. Waited for 9:30 open. Nothing happened. We waited for the 10 a.m. news to play out. Right, nothing happened, but we still stuck to the game plan. Once price broke above and held this level of support, we took the trade. Ended up catching this nice 1 to 3 RR setup, almost a 1 to 4 RR setup on US30. We also talked about the NAS100. If you would have took this NAS100 setup, you could have caught between a 1 to 2 to a 1 to 4 to a 1 to 6 RR. Because again, we was talking about if we could hold this level of support, we could look for buys again. Literally did the same move it did Wednesday and Thursday last week. But last Friday, we went for a buy here and it failed to hold the level of support. But we see here, price clearly is holding that level of support. So we're either going to be looking for buys. If we can break above and hold 23,750 as support, we're going to look for continued buys going to 23,800. Or if we can retrace and retest 23,670 as support, we can look for buys going back up to here. But we're looking for buys nonetheless. We're switching off US30. We're switching off US30 because we're right back at the all-time highs, right? So don't like to trade charts that are all-time highs because we don't really got any levels to trade off of. That's why we're switching back and forth between NAS and US30. When NAS was all-time highs, we rolled away to all-time highs, then we switched to US30. Then we rolled the US30 to all-time highs, then we switched to NAS. So now we're going to see if we can ride NAS back up to the all-time highs. Just like how last week we rolled gold to the all-time highs. So today we're mainly going to be paying attention to GJ and NAS100, possibly some gold setups as well. Like I said, I want to see price retrace. I wouldn't be upset if gold retraced today. I wouldn't even be mad if gold tanked. Sorry for those looking for buy setups. But again, I'd much rather get it out the way. It did do a retracement on Thursday, but I want to see a bigger retracement. We'll see if that takes place next week or not. But you already know the drill. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at new charts, drop them in the chat. But yeah, this was a nice setup. And again, I think it kept on pumping because when we ended the live on TikTok yesterday, we was literally just right here and that thing kept on pushing. So now y'all see why at the beginning of the week, again, it's usually on Sunday, but this week was the Monday chart analysis, why we was talking about US30 still being bullish. Right, because again, remember we was talking about we could see price possibly trace and retest here, but as long as we hold this level of support, we're still bullish. That's exactly what price did on Tuesday, Wednesday, and look what price did yesterday. Right, so that's why I always be stressing. You know what I'm saying? Those that got the playbook, read the playbook. Don't waste it. Your weekend, study up this weekend. But if you don't got the playbook, either get it, but you still need to understand how to read the charts, because once you understand how the charts work and the rules of price, there's literally only a few scenarios that can play out from the current position price is at. And once you can narrow those things down, again, you just got to wait for your confirmation. So you'll be able to avoid a lot of the fake out liquidity sweeps and also understand and catch the true move for the day. So again, we're still on the charts looking for some setups. Like I said, usually when we have high impact news, especially for the last week of the month, it's usually not going to have any action until New York session. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been having lately, man. New York session has been real good. I ain't gonna diss London session yet, but I just been reviewing my trades. I'm like, man, New York session has been great. I ain't gonna lie, New York session's been great, but I'm still gonna be going in London and New York session for now. I ain't gonna switch up. What did I just do? But you already know the drill. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop them in the chat. I gotta do something on my other screen, man. Here's some advice. When y'all travel and go to Airbnbs and shit. First of all, not every Airbnb is going to have Netflix and Prime in the house, right? So if you do log into Netflix and Prime, make sure to log out of that shit before you leave, or you'll be ending up like me. I gotta go into my account right now, cancel shit that people signed up for. that's what I'm doing right now. Cause I just got an email talking about something I signed up for, and I was like, I did not log out of fucking Prime at the crib. But another thing you can do is they taught me this last time I called them on the phone because I did this before. You go to your settings and then you can like literally see all the devices used. I forgot how they told me to do. I have to figure it out again. You can literally see all the devices being used by your Prime, probably with Netflix as well. And then you can clear, kick off all the things. I just forgot how to do that shit. But I'm about to here it is, devices. I got me. What devices are using? So there's 3 devices are using my Prime. Deregister. I'm deregistering all of this right now. So now I gotta cancel this damn subscription. It said failed to deregister device. You better deregister it. Alright, so now I gotta go to subscription. I'm about to cancel this damn subscription. Cancel subscription. Well, shit, since I got a free trial, I'm gonna do remind me 3 days before renewal. Turn off auto renewal. Okay, cool. Alright, that's taken care of. So you already know, Drew. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at charts. Drop in the chat. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after the live's over if you have not already. Got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. I thought I could have sworn, I did drop another buy idea, but I threw it away on accident. Well, this is definitely not the buy idea, ladies and gentlemen. Do this right here. So again, we're either looking for NAS to break above and hold 23,750 as support, looking for buys going to 23,800, or price can retrace and rehold 23,670 as support. We could look for buys going there. Only taking 2 trades this week, but we're still up for the week. New 15 just popped up. Those just joined the stream who have not entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free student, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month. I gotta put how we did. Not last month. You see how we did last quarter, last week. But if you hit that first link in the description, you can see how we did last month as well. We went 5-1 last week. 1-2 this week, but we're still up for the week. And we went 23-2 last month. It was a 92% win rate, which is not bad at all. Literally, if you would have just risked 1%, taking every single trade that I called in the single room, not all the projections, just simply strictly the signals, you could have literally made minimum 40% of your account, which is not bad at all. That's just risking 1%. We ended up catching this nice US30 setup. Ended up being a nice one at 3 almost on the 4RR. So where we would have risked, we would have made almost 4 times that amount. So we would have risked $100, would have made $380. We would have risked $1,000, would have made $3,800, which is not bad at all. So we just got a couple of sets looking at. We do got news at 8:30. Going to go live with the members and students during that. We're going to see how the news pops off, and then we're going to wait for that 8:30 play out. We're going to wait for 9:30 open and see if we can catch some setups. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop them in the chat. But y'all already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. What's going on, Brandy? I see you up in here. I see you up in here. I know you sometimes look at YM, but did you catch the YM and the NAS setup yesterday? Call I am, not all but some. Hey, some is better than none, you feel me? And again, like, if I'm being real, like I said, I have my main accounts and I have my accounts that I do just for statistics study wise, like will hold a little bit further. So on my main account, I close at a 1 or 2. Right. So again, so even if it went here, when it hit the zone, you got worked out and rejected, you still would have caught nice almost 1 or 2 if it 1 or 2 right here at the peak before rejected. But would have did a full move, you would have still caught nice 1 to 3, almost 1 to 4. So you're never going to be able to catch every tip or every trade unless you're like just completely fine with taking that risk, or of course, unless price just pumps in that direction nonstop, kind of like how last week a few charts were doing, like NAS and gold, or like that thing was just stupid last week. Like gold was just ridiculous last week. You know what I mean? But not every chart is going to just pump and keep on pumping. Sometimes it's going to retrace and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, there are certain signs you can pick up to tell the difference between like a retracement and possibly rejecting and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you're not sure what those signs are, or if you're not confident or comfortable letting some of those profits go away, there ain't nothing wrong with closing early or trailing super tight, right? Like if you go on my story, on my Instagram or TikTok story, make sure to follow my Instagram and TikTok. You see a screen at the bottom of the screen, Instagram playmaker_wait, TikTok _playmaker_wait_. You'll see that. And I already said in that video, I was like, y'all think I be playing? Like, I be trailing my motherfucking stop loss. Like, y'all see my stuff was deep in profit on my main account. You know what I mean? So, and like I keep on saying, for those that struggled last week or struggling this week, don't be too hard on yourselves, because again, it's not entirely your fault unless you're just crashing out and doing a bunch of dumb shit. But like I always say, the first and last week of the month are typically the toughest to trade, especially when it comes to this month and last month, because again, we have a lot of charts breaking all-time highs, NAS100, US30, SPX, gold, right? And then we have a few other charts that keep hitting levels that they've been struggling to many times in the past, right? Again, this was in May. This level price was failing when we had the uptrend to break and hold that support, right? It failed 3 times, reverse, blew through it, but then still failed to hold, right? And then again, rejected again, and rejected again, right? So we got a lot of charts that are kind of struggling to break levels that they haven't been at for a long time. Because again, this was May 2025. But look at this level here. Price has not been at this level, as you can see, since 2022, right? So a lot of these charts are at levels they haven't been at in a few years, or a lot of charts are breaking highs that are all-time highs, right? You can say the same thing with GJ, right? Last time price was at these levels was last year. But what did we see happen last year? This same level caused price to reverse twice, right? And then the last time price was here, same thing, right? Failed to really hold these levels of support. All right, so again, it's not too much of a shock or surprise that we see here price rejected this level last time it was up here, and the same level price is struggling to break here. Price is struggling to break and hold here, right? Again, there's no coincidence in the markets. You look to the left, it's going to explain what's happening in the present and what could potentially happen in the future. Right, like I was just in a TikTok live yesterday, and when we look at US30, I did that same thing with US30, right? At the beginning of July, Again, same thing. The last two times prices at this level caused big reversals. When price at this level caused rejection, right? But then we blew through it. We turned that resistance level into a support, which gave us the high yesterday. Got a little bit of volume picking up on GJ. Again, we do got news later on today. We have 8:30 right before New York open. Will Stock Exchange open. We got Canadian and USD news. Is now from unemployment rate. Going to be going live with the students during this. See how this pops off and plays out. And just make sure to watch out for that link. Y'all missed yesterday's live. We went live during yesterday's 8:15 8:30 news. The recording has been uploaded in those channels as well. But again, I'm mainly going to be paying attention to NAS and GJ today. Gold, maybe, possibly. But as far as those that are paying attention to gold, we are still bullish. Do anticipate a possible retracement, though. We did do a retracement yesterday. So at the end of the day, as long as we maintain 35, 32 as support, you can look for buys. So the price can hold 35, 32 as support like it did yesterday. Look for buys, go back up to 35.54. And 35.54 support, we can look for continued buys to the highs of 35.76. All right, now break below 35.16. Hold that low from support to resistance. We could see retracement or possible reversal come into play. We did just disrespectfully smack and go through the all-time highs. So do keep that in mind. And then GJ game plan still the same like it's been all week. If we could hold the 99.70 as support, we could look for buys going to 215, possibly 250. The NAS100, we can hold 23.740 support. We're looking for buys going to 23.800. Or if it retraces a retest 23.670, we can look for buys going there as well. GU, I'm not really going to mess with GU, honestly. It's kind of funky. So I'm just going to leave it. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. Any charts, drop them in the chat. All right, y'all. We're still gonna be on the charts, but again, we're just waiting for confirmation to be met. Going to be going live with members of students later on during 8:30 news. Do keep in mind we have 8:30 news. So like I always say, if you're going to see action between now and 6 a.m., I highly recommend you just wait for the news to play out and wait for 9:30 open, and then see what setups play out, y'all. But we do got NAS pushing up, so we're going to see who can hold this level of support right here. And then we're still watching the future. Like I said, I'm mainly gonna be paying attention to NAS and GJ as of now. I did give my projections for gold earlier as well. And as far as those who want to trade US30, I wouldn't recommend trading US30 unless it retraces and retests 45 or 80 as support. If it can do that, then you can look for buys going back to the highs. But if it holds as low as support again, unless you're trying to scalp to 45, 740, 45, 750, I'll just do what I'm doing, which is switching to NAS again. If you pay attention to what we've done since May, we went from focusing on NAS 100, then we rode it all the way to the all-time highs, and then we switched from NAS to US30. And then again, peep, when NAS was all-time highs, when everybody was struggling trading NAS, we was having a great time trading Forex pairs as well as trading US30, right? So then we rode US30 to the all-time highs. So that the US30 went to the all-time highs, right, which was after this move right here, we switched to NAS 100, and then we rode the NAS 100 wave to the upside, right? Then we had a reversal, of course. This is what happened on Tuesday. And now we're right back here, right? So that's what we're looking at NAS buys right now. Shout out to everybody in the live. Again, I just dropped a new video yesterday. I don't know what the hell YouTube did. They done recommending my videos to, I don't know what the hell YouTube did with my video yesterday. But make sure to check that out, y'all. Make sure to like and comment. It does help the algorithm, even if you're just putting a fire emoji in the comment section or a thumbs up. It does help the algorithm, y'all. So we really appreciate the free game we're posting, as well as these live streams. All I ask is y'all to like and comment on my videos that I be posting. Got some new videos and posts dropping for y'all on Instagram and TikTok as well. So make sure to catch those posts. You'll see it spreading at the bottom of the screen. And most importantly, make sure you join the free Signal free Telegram as well, first in the description. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to hold up. It's probably not going to do it in this game. We still got to wait for a retest. So, but anyway, shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been live since y'all joined. I'm going to do a poll this weekend. I'm going to ask y'all. I'm debating if I want to start doing 2-hour streams again, because I do notice a lot of y'all start to flood in at 4 a.m. I don't know if that's because y'all getting ready for work at this time, or 4 a.m. just works better for y'all, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to do a poll to see if I want me to do 2-hour streams from 3 to 5 a.m. or if y'all want me to just start the live at 4 instead of 3 a.m. Now, again, London session does start at 3 a.m., so I'm still going to be on the charts at 3 a.m. But at the same time, I want to make sure that y'all can catch these live. I'm always going to try to be watching the playback. So sometimes y'all be watching the playbacks thinking it's still live, and y'all be commenting on the recording, asking questions. I'll be like, I'm not even live anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to do that. Just help y'all out and see what works better for y'all. Because at the end of the day, like, yes, we'll be live. Yes, you can watch these recordings, but I also want y'all to be in here with me, so y'all can see the stuff in real time, ask questions in real time, and all that good stuff. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I'm NAS. Again, I'm not going to force anything if I don't like it. But I'm also, as y'all know, I am not against taking setups before news. We do that all the time. But at the same time, like yesterday, we didn't take a setup before news because I didn't see a setup before news, right? So at the same time, I'm still mainly focusing and prioritizing if my confirmations are right or not. That's the main and most important thing. All right, enjoy y'all's weekend.